Hi, everyone. So I'm here with Skye Perryman. Y'all constantly ask me, when is anyone going to do something? When are people going to do anything? Why is no one stopping Donald Trump? This is the Avenger you've been waiting for. So we're going to talk to Skye. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Skye Perryman. I'm a lawyer and I'm the president and CEO of Democracy Forward.
All right. So y'all have won so many lawsuits in 2025 up till now, but it's a new year.
Yep.
What do you think is coming? What shenanigans is Democracy Forward prepared for in 2026?
Well, this is a president that doesn't seem to want to govern at all lawfully. He doesn't really even care. And also one that is dismissing the harms and the harm on people. So we believe what you've seen in Minnesota, you could see in many cities at once.
Yeah.
We're getting prepared for that. We have some state AGs that are coming today, state attorneys general, they're getting prepared. We're all getting prepared together. We believe that the Bondi letter, I think you've been talking about this, but the Bondi letter that she sent to say, we'll pull out of your city if you just hand over your voter rolls.
Right.
We know that this autocratic power grab is coming straight for the elections. And so we're doing a lot of work to uncover what is happening and to be able to stop it. And then, just kitchen table issues, right? This is an administration, we've had to stop them from cutting off essential funding for community programs, making, endangering healthcare for 2.2 million Americans, endangering nutritional assistance for 42 million Americans. I could keep saying all this. So it's also just making sure that we're showing up for people in communities unfortunately, as the administration continues to harm them.
Okay, so you go to court to defend the American people and our rights against all of these things. They're probably going to come for elections in one way or the other. What if they just don't listen? Like another thing that I get from my audience a lot is, well, they're just going to ignore the courts. Are they actually doing that? Or
Yeah, so first of all, we have a great team at Democracy Forward, and we work alongside hundreds of people. So just to be clear, we've got a lot of people going to court every single day. So one of the things we've learned over this last year, which we knew, but we tested the proposition and we were right, is that first of all, the first thing you do with a schoolyard bully is you make sure that you're pushing back.
yes.
So we have actually won a number of court orders where the administration has just backed off and not even appealed them. We have gone to court and filed cases in court before the judge even ruled. The administration backed off. Now, that's not on some of the bigger things that we really care about, so I'm not minimizing this, but that's one piece. The second is when the administration has tried to skirt these court orders, we have been able to get in and enforce them. And you see this federal judge in Minnesota, saying, I understand that it is very unusual to have the head of a federal agency have to appear in court, but you have to appear in court because of the complete lawlessness. So I believe the judges are really holding the line on the rule of law. We're seeing that. And then we're prepared. We're prepared to bring disciplinary actions against lawyers that ignore the court. We're prepared to enforce court orders. We're talking to Congress. They have a role here too, right? They have a role here too. Like we're the people, we're the lawyers, exactly. And that's why I think that the president, actually understands that, which is why they're coming straight for the midterm election. So it's going to be an all hands on year.
Okay, so what is it? What is it actually like to work with these people or be in a courtroom with these people? Because at the time it makes it to the news, we're hearing like they messed up. They made this very obvious mistake on this filing. They submitted it to the wrong district. They seem kind of incompetent and understaffed. But what is it actually like in the DOJ?
Well, so what they've done is so many lawyers from the Department of Justice have left.
Yeah.
They've either left because, for instance, we have a colleague at Democracy Forward, Erez Ravini. He refused to lie to a federal court. And because he refused to lie to a federal court, they fired him. So he's now, he's now helping the American people in a different way by litigating cases with us. So they have fired people that are there that can't practice law with people that are like not taking the courts seriously, not doing their duty. They have left. And so that has put the DOJ in a really bad position because they don't have the lawyers, they don't have the firepower to defend what is an indefensible, and just to be clear, indefensible thing. These Department of Justice lawyers, the career lawyers, they've defended Republican policies, they've defended Democratic policies. They're not precious about that. They're doing their duty. But now you can't defend what's happening, and you can't defend it also because there is a recklessness with the rule of law.
Yeah.
So as a result of that, it does mean that lawyers that are challenging the administration in court are doing well. Our team is in court every day. Sometimes the government shows up and does not have a basis for what they were doing. I mean, they tried to impose these conditions on grantees that take care of homelessness, that help the unhoused, grantees that take care of public health. Walked in the court, they didn't have really a defense. And so that's allowing people to make these leverage points. But what we need people to know is, even though it seems futile and dire, the only reason any of this pushback is happening is because people are committed to doing it. So we've got to exercise that muscle. And I think Minnesota, both the tragedies and the resilience that we've seen, I think that is the kind of motivating thing that we just need people to remember, that we do get to still be in charge.
Well, we aren't all attorneys, so we can't all come, join
Yeah.
Democracy Forward as much as I wish that we could.
Yes.
So, do you have any advice or places to point people? I mean, obviously they should support
Absolutely.
Democracy Forward, but especially like with elections, like I tell people, go be a poll worker and get
Yep.
involved
Yep.
in the election process. But what would you tell them to do?
So absolutely. So first of all, you can follow us at Democracy Forward and follow our partners. We always link to their content too, and we will give you things you can do. Right now, if you go to our website, you'll see how you can help in Minnesota because we have that banner up. Secondly, we want to make sure that people understand that the number one tool that an autocratic actor has is Donald Trump has. It's not actually voter suppression or election denialism. It is having people give up hope and believe that they're not powerful and they don't have power. So we are focused a lot at Democracy Forward, not just on going to court, but on building community. So we have toolkits online. You can host a dinner for democracy or a coffee for change. It can be a picnic. It can be a box of pizza. It can be bring your own lunch, whatever it is, to get people gathering together. And then we push toolkits out, which is really helpful. We definitely want you to make sure that if you're registered to vote, you can go to vote411.org, and we'll have a bunch of resources on the Democracy Forward website. But every single person in this country can be part of this movement and needs to be part of this movement. Yeah. So we want you to, and I'll have a book coming out later this year that will have things that we can do. It's called Ordinary People, Extraordinary Time. So, so it'll have those things, but you don't have to wait for that. We'll be pushing out those resources at Democracy Forward.
So great. Well, thank you so much for stopping and talking to me.
Thanks.